Welcome everyone to Ellis Gaming and Reviews, and welcome back to another film review. Yeah, you probably guessed it if you watched my DVD hunting trip video. I've watched, yeah, I did already detail it in the last one. A couple of nights ago, I've watched Twilight, starring Kristen, Stewart and Robert Pattinson. Yeah, so now in that last video, you know, when I went into cast protection in a sense, I think it's either of them. Wait, was it? I don't know. It was either of them, and I picked up. Well, I didn't pick up, but I was looking through, scrolling through DVDs like that, and I saw Twilight, and if you noticed in that video, because I showed you the DVD at that video, you probably thought that I picked it up. I did not pick it up from that shiny shop. Just because I saw it. My brother picked it up for me. And yeah, so let's talk about it then. Okay, so Twilight stars Kristen Stewart as Bella Swan, who's a 17-year-old schoolgirl who moves from Phoenix, Arizona to Forks, Washington. She moves with her father, who's a police officer. Once settling into a new home, she meets Taylor Lautner. And then she's also into a new school. She takes part in sports and stuff. And then she meets Anna Kendrick, who they become really good friends. And they sit with each other at dinner. And next thing you know, you meet Edward Cullen, played by Robert Pattinson. And then they sit, and then Edward sits with Bella during a science lesson. And all he does, he stares at her because he's a vampire, and you can tell by the pale skin and the eye pupils. It's true. And all he does, he makes her uncomfortable. They don't get along, as for starters. You can see them arguing. I think they saw get into arguments during the guarded lesson, I think. Yeah. So while at school, Bella is almost got struck by a van, but what Edward does, he saves her life. He notices it, and he just, like that. He's like a superhero. I mean, for fuck's sake, it was Batman. I'm Batman. Yeah. When Edward saves Bella again, this time from again, they conclude that he's a vampire. And after learning that from the biology class, that's not science, so I was wrong, that they consume that it's all animal blood. Well, not that animal blood and stuff. And then Edward and Bella fall in love, and then they get introduced to Carlisle Cullen. And if you vampire people, what is to take part in sports or cricket and stuff, which is like, I know favourite sport. I mean, I did cricket at high school, so I'm really good at it. Really, I'm good at it. But even though I took part in any sports games, I mean, they do take part in sports, like sports tournaments and stuff. Yeah. So Edward and Bella fall in love, and everyone's reaction is mixed. And they think that, oh my god, they're like a vampire dating a human being and stuff. And that's what it feels like. Okay, so Edward and Bella's relationship gets jeopardised by James, Victoria and Laurent. And they're just jealous. They're just basically jealous and stuff. So because, like it is, they fall in love. Basically Edward and Bella becomes boyfriend and girlfriend and stuff. You know what I mean. Okay, so James, who's part of the vampire trio who I talked about, he bites Bella in the wrist like that, because I know in the film he gets like bite marks like that, and she gets rushed to the hospital. And okay, so James reveals the vampire as a ruse, and he infects Bella with the vampire venom. And what Edward does, he stops him, and then he tries to get the venom removed from Bella off her wrist. And yeah, and once that was over, Bella gets into the hospital with a cast on, I think it's like a cast on her leg, and then Edward takes her to the prom. They go to the prom, and then they start getting romantically engaged to each other, and that's basically the end of the film. And that leads us to the sequels, which I will talk about. For me, it was okay. I've seen Gabi Bell talk about the saga, and she thinks that it's a mess. And I've got to think that she's right. For me, Twilight is a good film. I've seen Gabi Bell talk about the entire saga in 2 different videos, if you want to go check them out. For her, it's like a complete mess. Again, I wasn't keen on the films, but I think I really liked it. So, Kristen Stewart was perfect. Robert Pattinson was perfect. Taylor Lautner, he was perfect, but I'm not keen on Taylor Lautner. Director Catherine Hardwicke did a really good job of adapting Stephanie Meyer's book to the big screen, and the music was spot on. And the thing is, it's the filter. It looks so bluish at times. I think that's what it's supposed to be, and the narration was well done and all sorts. Yeah. So if I give, how would I rank the film? I give it an 8.5 out of 10. Yeah. So here you go. I know a few people who watched it and liked it, but for me, I didn't really like it, as already mentioned. Because I mean, I'm 22, and it's one of the films I would have watched at high school, but hey, come on. No. It doesn't really matter. Age doesn't really matter. And okay, so that was my review on Twilight. Thanks for watching LS Gaming Reviews. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, comment and share. And is there any other films you want me to talk about? Please let me know. Oh yeah, and I just want to say, I cannot believe that I've reached over 100 subscribers. If you see my YouTube short, I'm so excited. And oh yeah, the YouTube stream. Make sure to be excited for that. Be excited for the YouTube stream and stuff. I don't know when I'm going to do it, but it will be about tomorrow. You know. If you get informed about me going on live, then you probably will know. Right, so I guess you'll see you in the next video. Bye.